Hello there, I'm LoveSpuds. Welcome back to F1 2011 for round 14 in Singapore. Let's get on with this. Spuds powers past Barrichello. Yep, same headline I've seen so many times before this season. It'd be nice if they didn't keep repeating themselves. Drivers' Championship position, we are 7th. Constructors, we are 6th. We have 6 races remaining to finish 16th in the championship. Well, I think we've pretty much met the objective already, so we've got nothing to worry about. Probably hence the contract renewal offer we got from Williams. We've also got a few other contract offers on the laptop there. But first we're going to look at our information for the race weekend. So having discussed the details with Frank, in qualifying they want an 8th place finish. In the race they expect no lower than 5th, and for all sessions we have light cloud for weather, which is fine by me as long as it doesn't rain. So these are our contract offers so far. We got one from Lotus, one from HRT, and the offer to renew the contract. The only one looking half decent there is renewing the contract, but I'm not going to make a decision until the end of the season. So let's dive straight into practice. Okay, so here we have an R&D objective to beat the target time within 7 laps. Okay, looking at teammate challenge.
We're going to run a performance test this session. See if you can beat the target time.
Beating Barrichello on everything so far. So looking at the R&D objective, 141.911 to reduce tyre wear. I think it was just reduce tyre wear, I missed it.
Be aware, track is busy. Track is busy.
You may have noticed that the tyres were on primes on the screen, but they're actually the options now. I've done a sneaky bit of editing there because I was in there for quite a while and I had to go off and do something and I paused it, but I changed my tyres to the options. So here we are coming out the pit lane around turn 1 to turn 2 and 3. That's a bit of a tight left-hander there. Coming right down to a sort of a sweeping-ish bend into turn 5. Down the boulevard, round turn 6, which is a long sweeping bend. Speeds up to speeds of excess of 300 kilometers an hour through there. Going round here pretty well. This is where I started practicing things before I went into the race weekend. Sort of setting up a time trial and trying to get round here as quickly as possible to just get some practice in, because I noticed I'm trying to improve my qualifying and stuff. These corners I hate. I wouldn't have gotten away with that if that was real life. I would have gone straight into the barriers. We come round this little hairpin, turn 14, across the Esplanade Bridge, however you pronounce it, all the way speeding down into turn 13. Coming round here, take it quite well, going slightly wide there. Around 16 and then 17, a bit of contact on the barriers, but we're okay. Not too bad. Just concentrating on keeping it on the track so far, because we are in practice, so we're okay. Don't have to push too much now. That's turn 19 and 20 into 21 and 22. And then the last little straight before the final 2 corners. This little thing we slow down slightly and then power on past the start finish line. So we go straight on to our best R&D lap, which was literally this lap, which is why there is no fade in and fade out. As you can see, I'm using a DRS and KERS now. I didn't notice if I was using them on the last lap, I wasn't looking, but already we've bashed into the barriers a little bit. But we're still looking in pretty good shape. We haven't messed up anything just yet. That's 192 miles an hour there.
Showing good pace for qualifying at the moment. Keep it up.
Engineer thinks we're showing good pace for qualifying, and I agree. Only 0.2 of a second behind Webber so far. So we come round those little corners there. Into these little horrible corners here. I think they are raised a bit higher than that in real life. And this turn 14. Across the bridge again we go. What is our second sector time? It is 4/10 down on Webber's time. That's still pretty good for us, considering we actually haven't set a time yet. So it's looking pretty good for now. Another little contact with the barrier there. Let's say it's not too bad. Not too bad. We haven't made any huge mistakes yet. Coming round 19 and 20. Pretty good shape. Not too bad. So 130, 131 coming round. What can we do here? What are we going to get? Are we going to beat the time? Yes.
Brilliant. That gave us all the data we need for this test run.
140.466. Good enough for fourth so far in the session. Oh yeah, this is a little bit of a mistake I did. Right, this is our best practice lap. Currently in 11th. On 139.330. Coming round here. Hoping to gain a few more places on this lap. But already it's looking quite good for qualifying. We seem to be improving our performance at the minute. We go across the first sector line. We are 2/10 down. We are up. We're up on that time, but down on our own best time. Come round here. Oh, that would have sent me out. That could have damaged my suspension no end. I don't think suspension's really affected in this. So as we go across the second sector line, we're half a second up on our own best time. 3/10 down on Alonso. But still, it's looking pretty good for us so far. Going a bit strangely in these two corners. It's not bad, but it could be better. Not taking the best there, or coming out of there is okay. But this last sector has cost me a few tenths of seconds, which it will translate in a few places lost. But as we come around these final two corners across the start-finish line, we've improved enough to overtake Schumacher, and now we're in 10th place for practice.
10th place in practice. Well done. Great work.
Engineer's quite happy. I'm quite happy. Not too bad. Only 1.2 seconds down. As long as we are well above Barrichello, it's all good with me. Right, so here we go for qualifying. Need to finish 8th or above, so we just need to improve 2 places to meet our objective from practice. As we come across the start-finish line, we've already set the fastest time because we are the only one who's set a fastest time.
Rubens is currently second.
And then Rubens is second. We're currently 137.982.
The car. Lower fuel mix. Mix 1.
My engineer wants me to lower the fuel mix to 1, which I'm not going to do because I want to improve my time. I believe I can do a bit better. Buemi's arrived in 3rd. First sector time, I'm 1/100th of a second up on our previous time. So it's already looking quite good. Going purple because it's fastest in the session so far. Using the DRS and KERS. Oh, bouncing off the barriers quite a bit there. I'm surprised that didn't affect me too badly. Going down to this hairpin, slamming the brakes a little bit, making sure I get round, tapping the barriers again. This lap's turning into a bit of a wall bouncer, but we're not affected at all so far because we have gone 2/10 faster than our previous best. So we're trying to make the most of these last few corners. I'm not too perfect on there, but taking this one quite well. Really quite well in fact. So I probably made up the time I lost bouncing off a couple of barriers. That weren't too bad at all, coming around to the second to last corner. Make sure I keep it on the track, and we go across, and we are 4/10 up. So that was our fastest lap, 1:37.
We're second on the grid for tomorrow's race. That puts us in a really strong position.
Really good result, 1:37.518. Only 7/100th of a second behind Massa. So I'm going to line up on the front row with my championship rival, no doubt. Here we are in the Parc Ferme, celebrating, congratulating Massa. He's my rival, I want his seat for next year. Okay, so here we are at the race. We just need to finish 5th or above. And we're in a very strong position. We are second on the grid, front row. See what we can do. Just checking my tyres. 85%. It won't be too long before they're knackered. So I've got to make sure I don't spin too much. And obviously I can't change my tyres because that is not allowed. I don't have the luxury of it. Have to wear the tyres I used in my fastest lap. So on the front row we have our rival Massa. I'm in second and Barrichello is in 9th. So here we are waiting for the lights. As they come on, we build up the revs, just waiting for them to go out, and they're out very quickly. We both get a good start, Massa and me get a good start. Rich up, fuel mixture up to Rich, and we're on the inside. Massa doesn't come across and shut the door, so leaves it wide open for me to come through and take first place. Oh, nearly mashed up my words there, but we got through it okay, I think. So already we're pulling off quite a gap as we approach the first sector line. They're all in a bunch behind us and we're streaming away. That is unprecedented. I don't know what's going on there. Massa comes across the line. It's 3 seconds already, the gap between us. And then after that, everyone is still quite bunched up. Barrichello looks like he may have fallen back just a little bit. Maybe got a poor start there, or bumped off a few people in the first corner. So, as we come round, taking these corners pretty well, which is building up a nice little gap. As we come round turn 14 to go across the bridge. So the gap is 3.724 seconds to Massa. Vettel is half a second behind him. We go slightly wide there, but that's okay. It's not too bad. 19 and 20 under the bridge here. If that's a bridge. It's a grandstand, I know that much. Coming around the final corners to finish lap 1. Ooh. Had to slow down a bit more than usual there because I was about to go off the track. So as we finish lap 1 into lap 2, gap is 4 seconds to Massa. We are in first place. Let's see how long we can hold on to that. Haven't had that good a start since Valencia, and that was many moons ago now. So as we settle down into this race, coming across the first sector line round about now-ish. There it is. We have purple already, 141.632. That was our first lap. Pretty decent lap, really. That would have been fine for our R&D objective, I think, if I can remember. But I can't. But yeah. Truth is about this track, I don't know, as we do a bit of corner cutting. Truth is about this track, I don't particularly like it, but I seem to do really well on it. I don't know what it is. I don't like it, but my car seems to love it. Maybe it's because it's at night and I'm a night worker.
Massa's right behind you. 5 seconds separate you. Keep pushing.
I feel right at home at night. Night's my friend. before I sound any weirder, the gap is around 5 seconds, as you might have heard my engineer say. And it looks like we're settling down for a pretty dominant session here. Come around to finish lap 2. I'm recording this about
You can now use DRS.
a week and a day after the Malaysian Grand Prix, and that was another good race. I said Australia was good, and ooh, bouncing off the barriers there. Yeah, I said Australia was good, but Malaysia was even better. The unpredictable weather, the lightning storms, and then pouring down with rain, the race stopping because it was turning into a lake, as Button said. I mean, it was pretty amazing. Although Button had a shocking race, ended up like 15th or something, Hamilton was relatively consistent so far, finishing 3rd again. But man of the day for me has got to be Sergio Perez. The drive he had was absolutely superb. He could have won the race if he didn't mess up on those last corners, on the final few laps. But even so, it was a good drive from Alonso as well, to push what is at the minute an inferior car to McLaren and Red Bull. It just
Right behind you. 5 seconds separate you.
it's
Keep pushing.
it's testament to his driving ability that he's still pretty much got it. I mean, he almost won a championship in 2010, so he may be a force to be reckoned with if Ferrari can get that car into order. But I think Hamilton and Button will be challenging this year, and McLaren, they're looking really, really strong. And another disappointing day for Maldonado as well. And again, the closing laps of the race. This time he didn't crash, though. His engine blew up. I mean, how unlucky can you get? But luckily for Williams, they have now scored more points than they did in the whole of 2011 with Bruno Senna, who had quite a nice drive. Let's hope he keeps this consistency up a bit. Well, you can't say it's consistent. We've only had 2 races, but you know what I mean. I hope he becomes consistent in his results, because the Williams need a good year to restore some pride in themselves. The car looks pretty good, and it's a new engine, so good luck to him. As I like to mention them because I am driving Pastor Maldonado's car in this game. Number 12 in 2011, now number 18 in 2012.
Okay, the pits are clear. You should consider pitting soon.
Thinking of pitting in soon. I may be doing it at the end of this lap. You never know.
Right behind you. 5 seconds separate
Oh,
you. Keep
bouncing off the
pushing.
walls. I think pitting is a good idea because my tyres are coming to the end of its life. A better driver than me could probably hold on a lot longer, but I can't quite cope, so I think I'm diving in now. Yep. Trying to stick to the pit lane line. Slipping all over the place trying to get in there. It's mental. I'd rather come in now than end up spinning later on. So we got a clear pit lane. Should be a pretty decent stop.
Go now.
I think they could have done a bit faster there. They're just lollygagging. So 5 seconds, not a brilliant
Free to
pit stop.
rejoin the track. The track is clear.
But oh, coming out straight away.
You have no more scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres.
So usually you just follow the pit lane out of there and try not to go past the white line. I don't know what I did there. I was just probably just eager to get right back out and chase the rest of the cars. But as we come out the pits, we're in between Sutil and Hamilton, who seems to be having quite a bad race himself. Don't know what he's doing all the way down here. Maybe he got some damage and had to come in for a new front wing or something. But you never know. But anyway, the gap is 5 seconds to Sutil. I doubt I'll catch up to anyone at the minute, because a lot of them will probably come into the pits this lap. But we're driving pretty well here, down to turn 14 again. Not the best I've taken that corner, but it's not too bad. Race across here, getting up to 175 mile an hour.
We have a slight lead over Hamilton.
Engineer telling me I have a slight lead over Hamilton. I've sort of increased it a little bit to 1 second, but I've lost that now because I went wide in that corner. Be careful, I have to be a bit careful, these tyres are a bit cold. So until they warm up, I won't be as good as I was a few laps ago. We come around these final corners to finish lap 5. And see, as I said, a lot of people are going into the pits.
There are quite a few cars in the pits right now. Watch out for cars exiting the pits.
And we jumped all those people into turn 1, 2 and 3. We are in 7th place between Alguersuari and Vettel. Our best lap so far is a 1:39.194, so I'm pretty decent, half decent on this track it seems. So I'm pretty pleased with my performance so far. So the gap is 9.7 seconds to Alguersuari. I very much doubt I'll see him. Not a lot of overtaking in this race, as you might be able to sense from what position I'm in, and where I started, and where I'm going to end up. But yes, it turns out to be a really good drive today, which I kind of needed after the few races I have where I have sort of underperformed. And also, I've just noticed that I've gone up to 6th. Massa has gone. Massa's out. It looks like he's gone. Our rival has been defeated, so any points we get now, we should probably overtake him. Even if I finish in 6th or 5th or whatever, we should be above him in the championship. But so far we're on course. If we get past all of these people coming to the pits now, so far we're on course to finish 1st. Let's see how we do. We're already up to 5th. Looks like someone else has gone out.
The guy behind has had a set of prime tyres fitted to the car, going for a longer stint by the looks of it.
Yeah, Massa's definitely out. He's gone down to 19th, 20th. Yeah, he's gone. But we are in 1st. We've got back the lead. Button and Vettel are behind me now. I'm in some nice clean air, so as long as I don't mess up or do anything stupid, there should be a pretty easy drive to the finish. And I am quite excited because this would be my first victory ever on this game, because I haven't played on any difficulty lower than professional, so yeah, looking pretty good. Ooh, too much there, too much. Going slightly wide there, but we saved it pretty well. Putting the fuel mixture up to rich, I don't even know why. I could get away with putting it on lean or mixed 1, because there's no danger of me getting caught so far. Vettel is that far behind, if you can see on the map. Oh, 12 seconds, 12.1 seconds. Alonso's hot on his heels because they've both overtaken Button, it seems. Unless Button's crashed out or something, I don't know. It's very easy to crash out on this circuit after all, being a street circuit with enclosed spaces. It's a bit wider than Monaco, but at least you have a bit more room to move around, even though overtaking is still a bit difficult. Vettel's closed the gap slightly to 11.8 seconds, that's nothing too much to worry about. I've just got to keep my concentration, keep it on the track. Just using up the curves and that. No DRS, considering I'm in the lead, and I don't need it. So my best lap is 1:39.194. So pretty good pace, after all, keeping up with any pace the leaders would have set if they were ahead of me.
Just posted the fastest lap of the race.
But Hamilton goes one better and goes about half a second quicker. But then again, I guess he should really, because he was in 15th last time I saw him. Oh, not quite on the power just there yet. Using up the rest of the curves on this bridge, going up to about 173 miles an hour that time. Pretty consistent speeds up there. My pace is a little bit down, taking a few corners a bit dodgy. That corner was taken the best I've seen so far, I think. Not too bad on here either. Ooh, back end nearly slid out a little bit. Going a little bit slow there. Not too bad. We've got 11 or 12 seconds to play with, so not too worried. Start finish line. Vettel, Alonso and Button. Oh, Button's still in the race. I'm just crossing the finish line now. So yeah, 11 seconds. Looking at my tyre temperatures and fuel. See how we're doing. We're absolutely fine. Let's say I shouldn't have really switched the fuel mixture up to rich, because now my engine is wearing away at a faster rate. I'm quite surprised I haven't had an engine failure, which is amazing. Cross my fingers that it doesn't happen, but you know, it's always a possible. Oh no, we've gone. Got round that corner and went on the power too quickly. My back wheel spun on the curb, sent me spinning round into the barrier there. Luckily we had no damage to our car. But I switched the fuel mixture down to standard anyway, so we're okay, we're okay. But Vettel's closed the gap slightly, probably around 3-4 seconds now. He's coming round to that hairpin now. But we've still got a quite nice gap. What is the gap? 4.2 seconds, not too bad. Alonso's one behind him. But we're on lap 9 of 12, not far to go now, we're okay. Should be pretty comfortable in making our objectives and hopefully winning the race as well. I don't want another spin like I did just a minute ago. Just try and keep my concentration, because sometimes I can just do something a little bit wrong, which could mean end up crashing. So we have a yellow flag. Wonder what's happened here. Oh no, no. As soon as it was up, it was gone again. Mostly because it wasn't in that sector. In sector 1 and 3. There seems to be something going on there. I don't know what's happened. Someone stopped on the start-finish straight. I can just make out by the little map there. Someone stopped. I don't know what happened there, whether it was a crash or an engine failure, but they have stopped. May take a little while to move them. That's why the yellow flags are out. And
yellows in sector 3. Yellow flag conditions apply. Watch out for debris.
yeah, as the engineer says, sector 3. As I'm coming into it, the car is still on the start-finish line, as far as I can see.
The crash in sector 3 has been cleared. Back up to racing speed in sector 3.
Sector 3, still. What's that green? Oh, yeah. Still got yellow flags in sector 1 though. Let's see if we can see the problem. Oh no, it's moved.
Someone's crashed in sector 1. Yellow flag conditions. No overtaking in sector 1.
No, as soon as he said that, yellow flag conditions have been raised. Now green flag in all sectors.
Sector 1 is showing a green flag. Racing conditions through sector 1. The debris has been cleared.
We don't know what's happened here, but we will never know. We didn't see it. There is a mark on the wall there, which suggests.
3 seconds a lap to Vettel. We need to see a response quickly.
Yep. Which sort of suggests someone went into that wall there. Vettel has closed up the gap while I've been yabbering away. He's now less than half a second behind me. He's hot on my heels. Changing the fuel mixture back up to rich to make sure I stay in front of him, because I really want this victory, and we're on the penultimate lap, and I really do not want to lose it.
By the guy behind. Push, push.
Engineer egging me on. Ooh, really close to the walls. Holding on though. Vettel and Alonso right behind us. A bit wide there. Quite in that corner. We come back round the hairpin to the bridge. Oh, skimming the wall there. Using up the rest of the curves. And he is 6/10 behind us. Picking up the pace now. Just try and build up a gap again. I'm not going to do it by cutting corners like that. But as long as we keep him behind him, don't give him any opportunities to overtake us, we should be okay. And we got another yellow flag in Sector 2. Someone's stopped or spun out. But yeah, I think I saw the dot moving. It stopped, someone stopped, and now they've moved on again. People having a few crashes today. So the gap is 8/10 of a second now. We're making up some ground. Picked up the pace a bit more again. Not quite close to our fastest lap, but we're getting there. Just want to make sure I win this race. By using up... oh yeah, I remember what I do. I use half the curves on that sort of bent straight thing. And then the last bit of the curves I use on the bridge. I believe that's what I do anyway. But anyway, final lap, and we're still first. It's looking so good. Come around these corners, down to turn 14 again. Crossed, oh, Briss nearly sliding there. Gotta be so careful. Don't want to get on the power too early in that sort of situation, even with traction control on full. We're getting a bit edgy now. Getting a bit edgy. Going around turn 18 to turn 19 and 20 under the grandstand. Just 3-4 corners away now, around turn 21 and 22. Getting so close now. 2 corners left. Just need to hang on to the finish. 1 corner, 2 corners, stop. Finish line is here, and we've won! We've won the Singapore Grand Prix. Love Spuds is first. I am so genuinely happy you could not believe. I was swearing all sorts at the time.
Fantastic race. Congratulations on the win. That's 25 points.
25 points. My first victory. First, Love Spuds. Second, Vettel. Third, Alonso. And there you go, the proof. The silver trophy on the PlayStation Network. Just the beginning. And you're damn right, it is the beginning of something sweet. Drivers table, we are 6th, 124 points. Massa is below us on 108. I told you we would overtake him, and we have. So that also moves Williams up to 5th, past Lotus Renault. Only the big 4 in front of us. Having a really good season so far, even if most of it's all my doing. And here we are in the Parc Ferme, celebrating our win, our first career win. And being congratulated by Vettel there. Really, really good day. And hello, Mr. Croft. We meet again.
Congratulations, this must be a really special moment for you today, as it's your first victory in Formula 1. Give us your thoughts on this result.
Oh, well, I'm ecstatic. It's something I'll never forget.
Clear victory there, and a car which looks to be getting stronger and stronger as the season goes on. You must have given some thought to winning the title by now.
I don't know. We are just taking it one race at a time.
About taking a victory in your first season in Formula 1. Come on, let us in on what you're experiencing right now. Are you emotional?
Of course. Sorry, I can't find the words right now. Right, so here we are. After our first win, we've got an email on the laptop here. A new contract offer from Virgin. Yeah, I don't think so somehow. And they've given us an offer to think about. And we have until New Delhi, the Indian Grand Prix, to make a decision. Well, if I could decline that, I would. Anyway, congratulations emails, first wins. So Frank is really happy. He never expected to be in this position, at least not this year. First season win from Andy. Guys in the garage went crazy when you crossed the line to take the checkered flag. Oh yes. Everyone's really pleased, and I am really happy as well. So here we are. Here's the contracts we have. Just looking about the time limits on them. I'm not really considering them. I just wanted to check why I've got certain times to make decisions by. But this is one I'm just keeping an eye on. If I have no other options at the end of the season, I can always go back to Williams. But yeah, excellent result. Next stop, Japan for round 15. I'll see you then.